Welcome to Crazy Shit in Real Estate, a weekly podcast where I walk you through some of the wildest, most unbelievable stories you'll hear from the world of real estate. If you like real estate and you love crazy, this is the podcast for you. Before we get any further into this episode, I've got some information to share. This episode is sponsored by Follow Up Boss, one of the leading CRMs, client relationship managers for residential real estate. Tons of top producing agents and some of the fastest growing teams out there are using Follow Up Boss to increase lead conversion, eliminate busy work that you're not doing anyway, and frankly, deliver a higher class experience in real estate to everybody who chooses you as their realtor of choice. So if you're going to keep listening to this, which I know you will, there's more information and a personal review of Follow Up Boss. For more information, go to followupboss.com/crazy. What's the craziest thing Jordan has seen and experienced in real estate that you never expected?
Well, it's funny. Some of the stories, I just said it's not like the show. However, some of the stories I can tell you would beg to differ, right? It's funny. I actually just had, we've had lots and lots of wild stories. But I just had one where we went out on a listing appointment. And it's funny, the story will make it sound like the Ozark show is maybe true. So maybe it is. Maybe I don't want it to be shown in that light. He bought a foreclosure. It's a sweet gentleman. And he's been hearing about these crazy real estate prices. And so he calls in on a property. Our lead sales agent that handles buyers, Heather, took the call, but it's a listing. So we went out together to hopefully, secure the property. And so we're going through, and he's a talker, and we're going through and we're hearing all these stories, and we're trying to, circle out, let's get the appointment. And he says to us, as he's opening the garage door, it's the last thing we're going to look at. He goes, maybe I shouldn't tell you this. I might get myself in trouble. And it's like famous last words, right? He goes,
is this material fact before you disclose it? I mean, we have to know.
Well, he goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, oh gosh, okay, what's about to happen here? So he says, I don't know if we have to disclose this, but I took care of it, so it's probably fine. And me and Heather are going, okay, sure. He says, when I bought the house, I didn't get into the garage till after I bought it, and there was gold mold all over the walls. And I'm like, gold mold?
Wait, gold mold?
Gold mold. And he goes, and most people don't know what that is. And I thought to myself, well, I bet you're about to tell us. So here we go. And he says, yeah, I think that the people in here, they were making cocaine, and all their bad batches, they were hiding it in the floor, and it turns into gold mold. So I got it all out of the garage.
So wait a minute, we were making cocaine.
That's what he says. I didn't know. I always say real estate's boring because I learned something new every day, and so I learned that
I've watched enough NCIS. You don't make cocaine, but there's things that you do make. But
yeah, this is what he says. That's not my line of work, so I can't speak to the accuracy. So. You would think that's where the story ends, Leigh, and then he continued.
Okay, so I told y'all that I would do a review of Follow Up Boss, because I'm your friend in real estate, and I did. Now, there's a blue million CRM out there. I mean, if you go to any Facebook group, every realtor's like, which one should I use? Which one should I use? And that these CRM, which are client relationship managers or customer relationship manager, whatever you want to call it, it's truly a system that's just designed to help you know what to do next, because you're very busy and you're a multitasker in real estate with all those different tasks and balls up in the air. You need something to help you stay on track, and that's what Follow Up Boss does. Now, this cell phone, not a CRM, y'all. When you save a name and a phone number in there, that is basically a Rolodex. Follow Up Boss is going to take the names and phone numbers and also help you know what to do next, so you can maintain these relationships with your neighbors. Because that's what this is about. Real estate is not about serving just prospects and clients. It's about taking great care of your neighbors' needs in real estate. And if you'll use a tool like Follow Up Boss, where they remember you, they might even call you when they're ready to buy or sell again, or when their mom and daddy do, or their best friend or their kid, and you want to be top of mind, that's what a product like Follow Up Boss will do for you. truly, it's going to change your business when you start paying better attention to people. They don't have to know you used Follow Up Boss, but they'll totally understand that they are being heard by you. So now there's a free trial for my people because you're loved. Go to followupboss.com/crazy. No credit card is required. And frankly, because you're my people and we made an ask for you, Follow Up Boss said, yes, you get double the free trial. That's actually enough time to log in, put some pieces in it, and watch it change your business as it has for so many realtors and teams nationwide. Again, go to followupboss.com/crazy to start your free trial today.
So we're standing there, and I've ended the conversation about 14 times now, and we got from about 14 feet from my car. We're now about 12 feet from my car, and he's still going on. He goes, oh, there's one more thing I forgot to tell you. Okay. So he reaches in his back pocket and he pulls out these photos, and I'm like, oh man, I know what he's going to say. I just know. And he shows me this photo that's wrinkled. I don't know where he got it printed at, if he's got a home printer, but it's like blurry. And he says, what do you see in this picture? And we say, I'm not sure. And he goes, well, that right there is a Bigfoot. And that right there is Mama Bigfoot with her baby. And I say, okay. He goes, I got to tell you about Bigfoot because a lot of people don't know that they have been here since the earth was created. And then the Native Americans came down from outer space and they had a war. And then they married the chief's daughter to Bigfoot and became friends. And so now they're friends. And then you and I, humans, we came down from the heavens. So at least he's got that part right. And he says that we came in, but this particular Bigfoot is 229 years old. He can make any noise. So if you hear a baby crying in the woods, it's because it's a Bigfoot trying to distract you. He can call in coyotes, and he can also read our minds. So he knows if we're out there to get him or if we're just out there looking for a deer. So he'll leave you alone if you're just hunting for a deer. And he has all of the conservation agents, their minds. He has hypnotized them that when they see a picture of a Bigfoot, they just see deer. And so yeah. We unfortunately, his expectation of what the house would sell in this real estate market and ours were really different. So unfortunately, we didn't get to list the property, but we did sure learn a lot of stuff.
Well, I mean, I only thought there was one Bigfoot. So to find out it's a whole family line is fascinating. But I really just want to know, Jordan, how did he know Bigfoot was 229 years old? Did he have a conversation?
Yeah. He did actually. So I guess one day he was out in the yard and they smell like skunks too. So that's why people don't know. So he smelt the skunk and he said he knew he needed to stand still and tell Bigfoot with his mind that he wasn't going to hurt him. So he came around and circled around him and told him all of this information.
Okay, now don't forget to go try Follow Up Boss so that your business can continue to expand in professionalism, and then you can meet some more crazy people yourself. I really appreciate Follow Up Boss sponsoring this episode, but mainly I appreciate them for giving y'all double the free trial time with no credit card required. So make sure you go to followupboss.com/crazy and then let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, you're enjoying this little clip? Well, the rest of the story is available on any of your podcast apps. Just go search for and subscribe to Crazy Shit in Real Estate with Leigh Brown.